Okay, y'all. So, this is not a podcast episode or anything like that. This is going to be my somewhat review and reaction to my favorite artist. You already know who it is, Mr. Childish Gambino, aka Donald Glover, or Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino. Gambino the Great, like I like to call him. So last weekend, he released, or apparently someone released, maybe it was him, maybe it was a friend of his, released a surprise album, right? Comes out Saturday, believe it was March 15th. Shout out to Posty. This album drops, and apparently it had been online possibly for, I don't know if it was the whole Sunday, but by the time I heard about it, although I'm a huge fan, big fan, right? I check, and it's gone. Only reason I found out about it was because I get on the Breakfast Club, and I hear, one of the rumor reports from Angela Yee, and she's like, it says Childish Gambino dropped surprise albums. I'm like, okay, cool. I listen to that. Then I go to the, Spotify, and there's nothing there. So then I'll go on, I think, YouTube, and I'm like, what? There's nothing there. So I'm really just like, what? Where's the album, right? Turns out the album was taken offline that quick. It was only on for a day. So then I read the reports, and it's just like whoever posted the link about it, also just making sure it's still recording, because last time it kind of cut off. And anyway, and it recorded the video in some AVCHD, sound like a DJ or something like that mode. So I'm making sure it's on MP4 so I can upload this one. But anyway, yeah. So I guess this, the person that had tweeted the link, not only did he delete it, but he also deleted his page. That was fam. And if you don't know, he's part of Donald Glover's crew, Royalty. Donald Glover, Childish Gambino also had a rap crew called Sick Boi, and the only way you're gonna hear some Sick Boi music is if you download his older mixtapes. So get on the older mixtapes. Like, if y'all want to talk about or understand why I say he's my favorite rapper, get the old mixtapes. It was literally bar after bar after bar. Now, he wasn't stacking the bars the way how I talk about how Eminem does it, but it was literally just like similes and, like all kind of like this, like all the way through. And the music was relatable, and he had some singing stuff on those mixtapes also. But anyway, like I said, I go to check for the album, and it's gone. So now I got to do my research. I'm like, was this real? What's going on? And yeah, it was deleted. They said that whoever had uploaded it took it off. So I'm like, are you kidding me? Because this is the type of stuff that he'll do. Now, y'all know about Atlanta, and y'all probably thinking to yourself like, man, when is Atlanta coming back? It was such a great show. But you got to remember when it came out, and I believe 2016 or 2017. I think it came out like late 2017. And you know how normally shows come out the following season. He waited until not back in the fall or whatever. He let us wait a year, and then dropped it like 3-4 months after that. So it was like a year and like a few months for the next. So that's what he's talking about doing again. I don't think we'll see Atlanta until 2021. So he does things on his own time, which is great, but also it makes us wait. If you checked his online presence, he doesn't do social media like that anymore. When he does, it's always like a special thing, which is cool. It keeps the allure of him being, you know, a celebrity, an artist. But sometimes it can get frustrating because was it now 2 years ago, 2 summers ago, or last summer? Not this summer, but the summer before is when he dropped the This Is America. And then we had to wait a little while longer for the summer pack. And that was only 2 songs. Now, I'm a big fan. So before that, we had Awaken My Love. Another great album, but we gotta wait all the time. And on top of that, it wasn't an experimental album because it was a fully, thought out funk, R&B, amazing sounding album. But I wanted to get back to the rap, right? I wanted to get back to him rapping and like killing it. So again, the last rap album was Because the Internet, but the full album, because then he dropped, the Kawhi mixtape, little 6-song EP with the mixtape with DJ Drama, which again he was rapping on the whole entire thing. But as far as a full album, it was Because the Internet. And then we get little, I don't even think we got like verses. Well, we got a few verses on a few albums and stuff like that. Then we get The Lion King, which again is cool. I don't think I've listened to the songs on The Lion King yet. I was never a big, huge fan of The Lion King, but I'm a big fan of his. So I checked out the song he had with Beyonce and I watched the movie. But we're talking about full on rap albums. And so, like I said, the album, boom, disappears. So I'm like, is he really just going to make it like this was a one-time, super fan exclusive thing? You missed it, too bad. So I give up. I'm like, I checked maybe once or twice throughout the week. Like, dang, did the album pop up again? Like, what's going on? Nope, no album. So last night, I am laying in bed. A lot of times I wake up around 3 in the morning. Don't know why. It's just always been a thing. I've also been told that 3 o'clock in the morning is an ungodly hour. But I like to think I'm godly. But also I've heard that that's when God is trying to talk to you, right? So I wake up, use the bathroom, lay back down. I get on YouTube, listen to some stuff about coronavirus, watch an interview. Forgot which interview it was. Oh no, because I ended up having a dream about it. I watched Angela Yee talk about opening her juice bar on BET. I love Angela Yee. She's pretty amazing also. But I watched that. I watched an interview on Vlad TV, I think. I scroll a little bit more. And boom! Now it's 4 o'clock in the morning and I see, what do I see? I see Donald Glover Presents on YouTube. I didn't get no notifications about it. Let me see if I can go to the album that popped up. Well, it didn't even pop up. It was just for me scrolling. So it has this great graphic on the video. And basically it just, rainbowy. It says Donald Glover on there. Can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see that? And I'm like, wait, did he post this? Like, it's on, Childish Gambino's page or Donald Glover's page. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this cannot be real. So at the same time, I hear my son up. So he's a fan too. So I'm like, let me go tell him because he's not going to want to miss the album, right? And it's 4 o'clock. He got up because I think he had to use the bathroom too. And maybe he went to go get some water or something like that. But we bump into each other in the kitchen, and I tell him about it, and he's like, "Is it for real? Like, is it really on there?" Now, y'all, this is 4:00 in the morning that we have to talk about Mr. Donald Glover, Childish Gambino. We're both like, let's download it right now, so if it disappears, we'll have it. And I'm like, yeah, but if you download it from Spotify, if the record label decides to take it off, then it's just gonna leave. So I get on Apple, and I'm like, let me see if I could buy it. And I can't buy it. It's not on iTunes yet. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna keep searching. So I type it in again, and guess what? It comes up under a podcast. So there's a podcast. I'm putting y'all on just in case it disappears again. It comes up under a podcast. Let me see. Don't play because I don't want to. Called Donald Glover Presents Podcast. But it's not from Donald Glover. It's from somebody called Mr. Leaky. Boom. So, of course, download all of those episodes because I don't want it to disappear before I get to listen to it, right? And actually now, while we're on here, I'm going to check the iTunes store because earlier today, I got a notification from Google, says new album, Donald Glover. So the way the titles are set up are just by time. Like the name of the album, if you go to it, is called, let's see. Okay, so it's still not showing up on iTunes. Oh no, there it is. So if you go to it on iTunes, the name of the album is 3:15:20. So 3.15.20. Now, the songs are titled, I don't know if they just didn't title the songs, but the songs are titled like by the time that they start and then, when the next one comes on. So the first song is called 0.00, duration 2:59. So the next song is called Algorithm. And then the next one is Time. But then after that, by that, you're 12 minutes into the album. So it's 12 minutes and 38 seconds is what that one is called. Then there's track number 5 is called 19:10, 19 minutes, 10 seconds, and so forth. So 6, 24, 19, 7, 32, 22, 8, 35, 31, and so forth, all the way up to the track number 12, 53:49. So in the album cover, is just plain white. There's no cover art on the album cover. So this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. Like, I like the weirdness. I do. I love it. I think he's doing it the way he wants to do it. It actually also says it's 2020 McDJ Recording under license to RCA Records, a division of Sony Music Entertainment. So I know previously, he was on Glassnote Records, which I don't know if it's a small label, but it's not like a big rap label, I don't think. And if you guys remember when he was releasing, I think it was Kauai or Awaken My Love, he had put out some tweets or some pictures or something like that about, they sounded suicidal, but it wasn't the plan. It was just some writing he was doing, and the internet took that to be like he's losing it or something like that. Like the fame is getting to him. But it was also around the shootings, still a lot of police shootings going on, but this was around when it was every other day, So I don't know if that's why he's not on that label, or is he, or this is just a different album for a different label. Don't know how that works, but I got a text from my mom. Nowadays, it's serious if you get texts. So, can't really answer that question. So, oh my goodness. So there is an iTunes review that I wanted to read. So far there's 10 reviews. 10 reviews. So this is the iTunes review. And I'm going to give you my review too. So, there's never been any effective way to prepare for a Childish Gambino project from Donald Glover. Over a decade-long discography, they've oscillated between quirky raps, electro pop, and strands of funk and R&B. This remains true with his new release 31520, which he also has released as a single track opus, which may explain the decision to have most of the individual tracks here titled as timestamps. See, that mischievous, mercurial nature carries over to the music itself. He explores the darker hues of the outre, O-U-T-R-E, playing with genre as much he does disjointed sound effects, atmospheric noise, glitches, distortion, uncanny auto-tune, the soulful 2419, and the optimistic closer 5349 tread worn but welcome territory, while the foreboding futurism of time and the sensory overload of 3222 don't land like songs so much as cinematic collages brimming with ideas. Unsurprisingly, the one familiar track, Feels Like Summer, titled here as 4226, which was officially released in July 2018, is also the album's most accessible. 31520 is a logical progression from his experimental inclinations of the past that latches onto some of his most eccentric impulses and thrusts them into overdrive. He basks in the spaces between restraint and rebellion, genius and madness, forcing listeners to find the freedom in chaos. The Axiom, Planet Axiom, baby, PA, pay attention, on par. The Axiom, expect the unexpected, doesn't quite capture what Gambino has put together here. Perhaps this time it's better not to expect anything at all. Now, I am just going to say that that is an amazing review from iTunes. I think it's a little wordy, but it's honest and it's true. And they really did hit it on the head as far as what I almost don't even have to give a review. But what I'm going to do right now, I'm clicking this $9.99. Right now, I'm buying mine. Double click, it's going to have to see my face. So I'm purchasing my album. So you guys go do that too. Making sure we still recording in my little weird corner of my room. And yes, I know I should clean up, but hey, it's only me. I'm single, remember? So it's purchased. So now I will continue my story. So I get to my room. My son's like, no, I'm going to just go. I'm not going to listen to it now. I'm going to, go watch TV. I'm like, boy, you need to go to sleep. Still at 4 o'clock in the morning. But whatever. He goes to sleep. I go in the room. I get my good headphones, like I'm an old man, my good headphones. I put them on, and I try not to scroll and get on Instagram and doing all of that. I, get right to the music, and I'm listening. And yes, right away, I'm taken away. I'm intrigued. I'm happy. I am good. I'm like, this album is already amazing. Just the sounds, it's just amazing. Like, just everything, like the beat, the bass, everything, the words. Like, again, I only listened to this one time at 4 o'clock in the morning, so I don't remember I don't remember anything like the lyrics or anything like that. I just remember what it made me feel. So maybe I will do a part 2 of this video and get into some, like, the real breakdown of the album. But first reaction, the album was 100% amazing. It really sounded like, and this is what I told my son when I woke up this morning, it really 100% sounded like I was listening to a movie. Not in the sense of like their skits or sketches or anything like that. Just the sound, the way it sounded was like I was listening to a movie coming from all around. Like there were sound effects in it. It sounded like it was a soundtrack, like without talking, like watching a movie without hearing like a script or like hearing the dialogue. Besides when obviously it's music, so you're gonna hear lyrics. But even some of the lyrics, you can't really hear it because there is a lot of distortion and auto tune. But when you can, when you can focus on the words, it's just like, wow, this is just amazing. Without looking at with looking at the track list, it doesn't show that there's features, but there are features. So let's try to find the actual track list, because there is an actual track list out there that shows the that shows the features. Um, let's see if I can find that real quick. I'm gonna find. Let me see. So I can tell you off jump, there is a feature from 21 Savage, and I honestly do think 21 Savage is great at what he does, but certain music I just didn't really get into. So I don't know his music like that. I know his song with Post Malone, Rockstar, which I think is just a great song, and I love 21 Savage's verse too. I basically can't judge. I can't judge 21 Savage, but he's great on this album as well. So 2 songs I listened to from 21 Savage, A plus. Especially you did it with 2 of my favorite artists, because Post Malone is another great one. But Donald Glover is my overall top artist. Sorry, R. Kelly, you definitely used to be, but you can't be anymore for obvious reasons. This isn't even a diss. It's kind of like a what you call it, a disappointment. Because I'm gonna jump into something else and I'm jump right back, because Tyler Perry did a challenge, got the whole world in his hands challenge or whatever. So he has, he sings it and he says change it. So it goes on to all these other people singing the song, and all I could think about was if R. Kelly didn't ruin his life, he would have killed it. He probably would have pulled out the piano or something like that and killed it. But anyway, we all know where that went. But anyway, so yes, Childish Gambino, the RZA, Crazy Bone, Post Malone, are in my top, and Eminem, of course, that's like an obvious. So anyway, so the features on this album that I can see right off the jump. Oh, I thought there was more, but it's Time featuring Ariana Grande. Didn't know that was her voice that I was hearing. And then there's 21. Minor technical difficulty, but so yeah, the features are, like I said, Ariana Grande, and also it was 21 Savage along with, let me see, who was the other person? Let us see. Let me see. Hold on now, say now. Okay, so if you go to the track listing on Spotify, you're just gonna get the timestamps. So let me go back to where I was. Let me go back to Apple Music and see. Hold on. Sorry. So what happened was, like I said, the camera for some reason turns off by itself, like it's a jerk. So I don't know exactly what happened, but I was recording and did nothing. So yeah, and then also if you go on Apple, you won't see the features. So you have to go to the actual, you gotta go to the internet to see who the features are. Unless obviously you recognize their voices. So yeah, it was Ariana Grande's on Time, and then on 12:38 is featuring 21 Savage and Kaja Bonet. So now not as many features as I actually thought was happening on that album. But let me tell you, so like I said, I got in my bed and I began to listen to this album. I had no distractions. It was again 4 o'clock in the morning, and I decided to put the phone down. I didn't want any distractions, no notifications. And again, yes, I get notifications, random ones throughout the night from Instagram. Some come early because people are on the East Coast, all that kind of stuff. But I listened, and I'm gonna tell you, you have to listen to this album. Like, you gotta be focused. You don't have to be, but I'm gonna tell you the best way to listen to this album is to be focused. Like, for real. You will miss out if you are doing something else, or if you have like the TV on, or if people are talking to you. Give it one chance. And I know this is kind of hard to do, but you know, find some time. We in a quarantine, isolate yourself for a minute. Listen to it on some good headphones or a good stereo system. And even like on Awaken My Love, the instructions to listen to that one was really to get a record. And the reason why they want you to get a record is because it's kind of like going in a time machine. You're basically listening to a funk album from the 1970s produced in the 20s. Like, they went in time and did a loop and all that good stuff. The album is amazing. So it basically says, you know, have great sound system, blah, 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 blah. If you can get vinyl, do that. But I think that was the instructions. It was something like that. But yeah, so with this one, you're going to hear sounds like sound effects in this. And that's why I was saying it's kind of like listening to a movie with no, it's like listening to a movie without, you know, seeing it, Like, if like there's a movie very loud playing behind me in my living room with my son, he's watching all of the Star Wars. Very proud of him for doing that. Might make him write something about it. But anyway, no, I'm just kidding. But he's been into it. But anyway, yeah, so don't play yourself by listening to it, like by holding it up to your ear. Don't, you know, of course, you know, the Apple headphones work perfectly fine. I'm not talking about the, you know, the Apple Pods, nothing like that. Just don't do something whack like hold the phone to your ear. Don't, you know, have it turned down or nothing like that. Really get into it. If you have to work, I still recommend wait until you're off of work and listen to this album. It's awesome. And like, again, back with Awaken My Love, like that one was so good and translated so well that my mom, who doesn't really listen to music like that anymore, I was playing it for her, and she was even like, "This is Parliament. This is George Clinton." I was like, "No, this is Donald Glover from ATL." And she was like, "No, it's not." I was like, "Yeah, it is." And she was really blown away from it. But you got to listen to that album the correct way. You got to listen to this album the good way. Get into the car. If you have to listen to it with somebody, tell them to do exactly what you're doing and listen to it the right way also. Because like I said, you're going to hear sound effects. You're going to hear sounds coming from. You're going to hear distortion. You're going to hear, you know, you're not going to pick up on all the lyrics the first time. Nothing like that. There is a song on there. I don't know what it's called. I don't know what the timestamp is, but it's a very pop sounding song, and it's definitely going to it's going to be a big one, in my opinion. I mean, if the radio picks it up, you know, a lot of his success hasn't came from radio. It's came from real fans pushing his stuff. I mean, 3005, think about it. 3005, which I actually have tattooed on my back, is an amazing song. It's an amazing pop R&B song. I don't know what it charted as, but I know that the song should have been way bigger than it was. I just don't know if radio was pushing it, if it was released like that. But because the internet overall is a great album with a lot of radio cuts. You know, the one with Chance the Rapper doing the hook. I think he was supposed to have a verse on there. He never did it. Whatever, I don't know. But anyway. Now, the reason why this album kind of is, you know, once again, kind of sentimental to me is because, is because the way I found out about Childish Gambino was in two different ways. So I first found out about him from listening to, I was a big fan of Community. So during this time, it was like around 2012, and again, with my ex or whatever, my previous relationship, the one that I have a whole podcast about, she basically, we weren't talking for like months. And then I was just at home, grieving over her. And then I got on Facebook and I saw the song, I saw his name as Childish Gambino on like the little sidebar on Facebook when we all used to use computers and laptops and stuff like that. Not just our phones. So the sidebar had the like where people showed what people liked, and it showed my cousin had liked Childish Gambino, and I was like, "What? That's Troy from Community. That's Donald Glover." So I was like, "What's this about?" It's like 12 o'clock at night at this point. I download the first song I saw was Heartbeat. I was like blown away. Now that song pretty much described my relationship. Go listen to Heartbeat. It's basically talking about a couple that's broken up, but are they still together? Are they not? This person dating, he's like, she got a key to my house, but she's not my real girlfriend. And then something, but she's not my real girlfriend. You know what I mean? So that's how I was feeling at that time or whatever. So that's that. Downloaded everything. Of course, me and my ex, we started talking again. And she tells me right away, "Have you heard Childish Gambino?" And I'm like, "Yes, oh my God." And so, we got into it. Our favorite song together, like the one we liked together, was Freaks and Geeks off of, it was the Cul-de-sac. Was it the Cul-de-sac? No, it's not the Cul-de-sac. It's the cover that has a bunch of leaves and stuff like that on it. It's not Cul-de-sac. But anyway, she saw him first on Issa Rae's Awkward Black Girl YouTube videos. So anyway, fast forward. Since then, Childish Gambino, once again, just like John Mayer, has been like our artist that we both love and both listen to together and everything. And so when he released the Because the Internet album, I ended up, we weren't mad at each other, like we weren't like distancing each other, but we just weren't talking as much during this time when that came out back in 2016 or 2015, one of them, I don't know. But anyway, I ended up buying the album 2 times on, iTunes, and then also downloading it for free, stole it, and also bought the hard copy. So I ended up giving her the hard copy of the album, and she hadn't heard it, and she was like blown away. So I was like, I've always liked to share music with her. But anyway, so now full circle, when we listened to, I don't know if we listened to Awaken My Love together. I think we did, maybe not, listen to some tracks. But anyway, now full circle, this album is out and I would love to share it with her. But as you all know, we're not talking, or she's not talking to me. But anyway, I hope she does get to listen to it since she's still on my Spotify account. But I just want to say, like, I miss the rapping. Childish Gambino, please drop a freestyle. Please, like, I don't know what you got to do, but give me some bars, please. The album is amazing. I'm about to listen to it again, like I said. And if I repeated anything, it's really just because, like I said, the camera cut off. I did try to watch the whole first 22, 23 minutes of this, but I wanted to get back to it and finish my review and add a little something to it about how to listen to it and stuff. But anyway, please drop some bars, please. Nothing against this album as a whole, as a body of work. It's perfect. It even has the Feel Like Summer song on there, so that's a familiar one. But yeah, just give me the bars. Like, please do like a Donald Glover Presents Part 2, maybe, that's rap. Because I think Childish Gambino was genius enough to still drop an album like this with all the socially conscious stuff. The I Miss You Love music. I don't know if I said that before, but one of the songs that stood out to me was like the beat kind of was dropped a little bit, still some bass, but then it was like a lot of you know, like talking about I miss you and I love you and, you know, what am I gonna do without you kind of stuff. I love that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's the song. It was like Little Foot, Big Foot, something like that or whatever. That's the pop sounding song that I was saying should hit the radio charts hard. Like, it wasn't like it doesn't sound like Lil Nas X Old Town Road, but it has that same poppy feeling. It's like a nursery rhyme almost or whatever. So anyway, but I need the bars. Donald Glover presents part 2. Please bring back Childish Gambino, the rapper. I'm starting to understand that Donald Glover is the singer all around actor and everything like that. It might drop a bar here and there, but Childish Gambino is that fire spitter that I miss, that I need. Like, I know you can sing now. Oh, and that's what I don't know if I said this in the previous, you know, minutes of this video, because again, I'm freestyling right now myself. The singing has gotten to a whole nother level. He could sing before, but now he's a singer. He is a singer. You got a song singing with Beyonce, you're AAA plus right now. So Donald Glover is the all around everything. Childish Gambino was that fire spitter that will drop bars, might diss you, you know, he's that real hip hopper. But I miss Childish Gambino. So I know, even when it says Donald Glover presents. It doesn't even say Childish Gambino anywhere on the album except for when you buy it. You type in Childish Gambino, I believe. I don't remember if I typed in Donald Glover or Childish Gambino. Probably comes up under both. But I need that fire. I need that spitting. But I'm gonna end this video now because I don't know if it's even still recording. So anyway, 3/15/20. Get the album. You saw me purchase it right then and there. I don't even use iTunes like that because I only use Spotify. But I had to make sure I got the album because I didn't want it to disappear again. Like, if I would have listened to it this one time and then woke up and it was gone, I would have been sad. So anyway, happy Sunday. Corona. Yeah, let's get it.